Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day the Airbus A350 from AnyBuilds has officially arrived, and I have never been more excited in my life than this moment right now. I have been waiting so long for this plane ever since I heard that AnyBuilds was working on an A350 and just seeing all the release videos and everything like that they were dropping. It was getting to me. Now, unfortunately, this is my second time recording this video. I didn't even get off the ground in the first video just because of a plethora of issues of, just thinking I could just jump right into the plane, change a couple of settings, be good to go. Now that I had some time to just go through the forums, see what other people were having issues with, finding my issues, which is really annoying because it was an assistance option that I was having an issue with, but nonetheless, the A350 is here. We're just going to be doing a quick short 1 hour flight today just to get into it, try it out, see what it's like. But I am so happy to be able to do long haul flights again. Let's go ahead and jump right into the flight deck of this plane and get on out of here and head our way to New York City. Alrighty everyone, welcome to the flight deck of the AnyBuilds Airbus A350, and like I said, this is the third time that I'm recording this. So that being said, let's go ahead and get the plane turned on. Now the nice thing that Airbus does is their planes across the A319, 20, 21, 50, probably the 330 and the 380, this setup process and everything like that is just generally the same, sometimes just more buttons. So let's go ahead and kick the batteries on. Everything's starting to come to life, and let's go ahead and hit external and just listen to these sounds. Oh, it gets better every time. Emergency lights can go to armed, no mobile can go to auto, no smoking can go to on, and we'll keep the seatbelts off just because we don't have the plane loaded yet. Logo lights can go on, strobe light can stay on auto, everything is good. Oh, we'll turn the wing lights on. I just genuinely do. Jumping on down, actually up top here, we'll go ahead and hit the fire test. And we'll go ahead and start the APU. 2, 3. APU is starting. Okay, let's jump over to the EFB here. This is an amazing EFB, by the way. This is probably my favorite EFB, better than the A320, better than PMDGs. Like, I really love this. So let's go to flight op status and import our flight. So like I said, we're just doing a short 1 hour flight today just to test the plane out. There will be a long haul flight coming within the next week or two. Generally, I am going to be recording it this week. It's just when I get time to edit it. So it'd be expecting of actual long haul real world flights that this plane does here in the future. Jumping now down to the FMS. This is my favorite style of FMS. The A380 has a digital FMS like this, and it is just my favorite. I don't know what it is about these systems, but I just love them. So we'll go C, Y, Z. Like, I feel like you just do more with them, where the older ones, don't get me wrong, like the one in the A320 is great. I love it. Like any type of, it's what the real world aircraft has, and that's kind of what I appreciate. But, and we're going to turn our alternate here. But just having the digital screen this large and just making it feel really modern is, I don't know, I just love that. So our alternate today is KPHL. It has our our cruising altitude of 400, or flight level 410, which I've never flown at before actually. So that's interesting. Let's come up to our operational flight plan here. Grab our cost index of 104. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, well. So one thing that I'm used to is typing, then pressing insert, not pressing insert here and typing 104. And you always have to click enter, which is fair. And we need to get our flight number in there. So we are DAL Delta 129. You'll notice that I did it again. You will notice that I always seem to use flight number 129. It's just for my regular, like when I'm just screwing around, not doing anything like a realistic flight. But some videos, like when we do our next long haul, it will be with a real life flight that Delta does, so we'll be using the real flight number, things like that. So 129 is just for when I'm screwing around. So now we can come down here to our departure. So we're ready to pull up, say, intentions, which is the AI that I've been using for air traffic control. Let's grab our clearance and get that inserted and get this plane finally out of Toronto. So we got to jump down here real quick because we're going to be on the center frequency at first, and clearance is on 1213. So we'll set that in there. Turn the VHF knob on. Clearance, good day, Delta 129 Heavy, looking looking to pick up an IFR to John F. Kennedy.
Delta 129er, Toronto clearance. Information Quebec is current. Cleared to Kennedy via the Kepta 3 departure. Then as filed, departure runway 23. Initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 124.475 squawk 5534.
We're clear to Kennedy via the Kepta 3 departure, then as filed, departure runway 23, initial climb to 4,000, departures on 124.475 at squawk 5534 for Delta 129 Heavy. So we can go ahead and insert runway 23. 119.1, Delta 129, good day. And via, gotta come down here and scroll, oops, Kepta 3. And there's no transition, so we can insert that like so. Our flight plan's already inserted because it picked up our sim brief. So in a John F. Kennedy today, we're anticipating runway 22 right. We are hoping we're gonna take the ILS via. There's no via. We're on the IGN 1 star temporary flight plan and insert temporary. So our flight plan has now been set up, so we can jump back to the init page. And I don't need to worry about nav aids. We'll come down to fuel and load. So with fuel and load, all you need to do if you're using SimBrief is just press enter. Just click on it, press enter. Click on it, press enter. Click on it, press enter. And just like that, your fuel and load is completely set up. Your thrust 4 is set up. And I'm going to mention something just in case people have the same issue I was having the first time I was trying to record this here. So if you see this is saying out of range, and this is your first time in the aircraft and you have everything set up, you need to go into your assistance options. You need to search up trim and turn off AI auto trim. Make sure that is turned off. That wasn't turned off for me for some reason. Like, it is turned off in the A320, but it wasn't turned off when I switched to the A350. So I'm not too sure why that happened, but that was a big issue I was having last night, and I wasn't able to actually record the video. Now, your passengers aren't actually available to just click on it, so you will need to SimBrief import here. You'll set your zero fuel weight, set your fuel. Fuel's on board. We have 214 passengers. So we're going to turn our seatbelts on now, and we'll come into the passenger number and do 214. Enter. And just like that, your fuel and load is completely set up and ready to go. We can click return. We're back here. Now it's time for our takeoff performance. I forgot to turn the ADIRs on. 1, 2, and 3. I do have the ADIRs set in instant mode just for testing the plane out today. I will switch that back to the actual one in the future. And we are now set up here, so we can go ahead and sync up the weather. We'll select runway 23. We'll sync our FMS, sync SimBrief. And we will compute. And just like that, our takeoff weights and everything show up. We'll hit send to the FMS just to make things easy today. Generally, I do type them in myself, but we're just going to send it here. We'll confirm it. And our takeoff performance is set. So with takeoff performance set, fuel and load set, everything is good to go. We can come back to the surveillance. Actually, we can come down here. We'll click surveillance and we will start squawking. So we'll turn this to auto. TARA, and SimBrief automatically puts in your squawk code for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And we can come back to the init page, and we can see here we're good to go. So let's go ahead and turn the beacon on, call up the ground crew, get them connected, and get pushed back. So we'll prepare for pushback and departure. This plane just looks amazing. Like, as of right now, I am in 2020, so the cabin isn't there, so I can't really show that off. I'm just still messing with my 2024 settings to make sure that performance-wise everything runs good while I'm recording. So we will have 2024 videos with the A350 soon, just not at this current time. Let's go ahead and get tuned to ground and get our pushback clearance. Ground, good day. Delta 129 Heavy is ready for push and start.
Delta 129er, Toronto ground, push and start approved, face west.
Wonderful. And we can probably come back over here. Yep, and we will get pushed back to the left.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. Due to icing,
and yeah, they won't let us start our engines yet. The engine sounds in this plane, oh my god, these might be the best engine sounds out of all the paid add-ons. This takes like the Airbus engine sounds out of the water. This blows PMDG engine sounds out of the water.
Ladies and
like
gentlemen,
this is some crazy engine sound. So the A350 900 model actually is a 2-wheel model on the rear gear, where the 1000 is a 3-wheel model. These got these massive engines on board, just a massive plane in general. This is just so exciting. There's so many cool features like weathering. I believe there's a bird strike scenario even with the plane, so you can potentially strike birds and have to manage that, which could be really fun to do, honestly. There's, you know, overtime maintenance. It's just such a featureful plane. It is worth, so I'm in Canada, so it is worth all like 110 Canadian dollars, I think is what I spent on it. Worth it all. Pushback crew is pushing us back here. GSX already is lining up with the wings, which is sick. The wingtips, you can actually change the wingtips in the settings, which is kind of cool for longer or shorter ones. So we're actually going to tell them to stop here. So they don't push back the plane very well, at least at this airport so far, which is fine. But we'll stop here just so we don't strike that other plane. And, oh, wait, also turn the fuel pumps on. Oh, wait, and the APU bleed. Oh my god, I am a bad captain. Okay, now we will switch it to on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I can listen to that any day. And we'll go ahead and start engine 1. So one thing as well, FS2 crew doesn't have a module yet for the A350, so we won't have a co-pilot to do our checklists with. However, I will be getting the FS2 crew model for this plane the moment they come out with it, assuming they do. Yeah. Alrighty guys, engines are started. We are ready to do our after start checklist here, so we will go ahead and arm the ground spoilers. We will go flaps config 1+F. Engine switch can go to normal. Coming up to the top here, the APU bleed can come off and the APU can come off. We're going to turn our taxi lights on here. There's no runway turn-off lights. I'm assuming that all turns off. That's actually interesting. Yeah, there's no runway turn-off lights on this plane. I just realized that. Oh well. Oh well, let's go ahead and pull the flight plan up onto this page here. And we will set our auto brake to rejected takeoff, and we will do our config test. Config is normal. I'm so happy to finally be able to see that. It has been a stressful, this has been a very stressful recording. So let's go ahead and do our flight controls check. So we'll go full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. Perfect. Flight controls check completed. Let's grab our taxi clearance. Ground Delta 129 Heavy is ready for taxi. And where are we taking off from? 23? What the hell even is runway 23?
Delta 129er, taxi to runway 23 via Alpha Juliet, Alpha Hotel.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and go. Finally can say parking brake off. I need to get the VFR map up just so I can see. Perfect. And start giving it some throttle. Get some brakes going just because this plane does take a second to slow down. And stop here. Parking brake can come on. So let's switch over to tower. And before we do that, let's go ahead and landing lights on, strobes on, nose to take off.
Departure.
That's all good. I believe we are ready for takeoff. Let's go ahead and switch this back to arc. Switch it to 10 for now. That's set. Alrighty. Flight attendant seat for takeoff.
Okay, Captain. Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Tower, good day. Delta 129 Heavy, holding short of runway 23 at hotel, ready to go.
Delta 129er Heavy, Toronto Tower, runway 23, winds 240 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 23 for Delta 129 Heavy. There we go, guys. We got the takeoff clearance. We can go ahead and close the VFR map. Give it some power. Lineup checklist, runway 23. Runway 23 confirmed. I think in the 1000 series model of this plane, you will need to overextend a lot more on the turns. I should have probably done it a little bit more. Oh well though. And we'll call that good there. Alrighty. We're cleared for takeoff. Let's go ahead and run up 50%. Takeoff. Man flex, 67 degrees, SRS, auto thrust blue. Thrust is set. .100 knots. V1.
V1.
Rotate. Oh, that V1 callout is good. Oh, yeah. I don't know what that bang was, but oh well. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Ooh, I haven't heard that sound yet. Ooh. That sounded clean.
Delta 129er, contact departure.
Over to departure, Delta 129 Heavy, good day. So we'll throw that into climb mode, come down here quick. I forgot our departure frequency, 124475. 124475. Departure, good day, Delta 129 Heavy with you, 3000 for 4000.
Delta 129er Heavy, Toronto departure, radar contact, direct saver, climb flight level 210.
Climb flight level 210, direct saver for Delta 129 Heavy. So let's go ahead and sit that so it doesn't start yelling at us. So 210. We're gonna go direct to saver. Direct to flap 0. And let's start making that left turn. Still hand flying it. First time hand flying the A350, and this thing moves, man. Like,
Jazz 89er 1, contact Toronto Tower on 118.35.
it does what you want when you want it.
118.35, Jazz 8991.
It feels great. I actually, so this is all new feelings now. I haven't felt, like I haven't been able to fly the plane yet, so this is my first time in the air. This plane just is so, wow. I am so impressed with it right now. Oh, no, we're not on the rollout yet. Misjudged that. And there we go. Like, this thing just moves when you tell it to.
Delta 129er, climb flight level 310.
Flight level 310, Delta 129 Heavy. So we're going to go ahead and kick on the autopilot. Let it take over here, and let's just take a look outside. Wow. However, I do need to turn off the landing lights, wing lights. These can come off because we're above 10,000. I'm so used to having the the co-pilot that does all those things for me. There we go. It is in the air, guys. The Airbus A350 900. This is amazing. I can't believe I'm flying this right now. That's sick. So that's actually one thing I don't know how to get rid of, is flight discontinuities. Oh, that's how. Delete. Continue. This is sick. So we're currently crossing over Lake Ontario, which is directly under us. There's not a lot to see because of the cloud coverage today, which sucks, but what's nav? Oh, it's that. Okay. I prefer arc. I don't know why, I just prefer seeing arcs. Ground spoilers are still arcs.
Delta 129er, climb flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360, Delta 129 Heavy.
Delta 129er Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Climb and maintain flight level 400, Delta 129 Heavy. Interesting that sometimes they use the Heavy and sometimes they don't. Alright guys, looking at the situation page here, I see that they do have some situations available now. Looks like some not quite yet, or maybe, yeah, coming soon. And I think this smoke in the cabin is going to be a 2024 one only. But it looks like we have depressurization, which is sick. Simulate the failure of a single random engine due to a bird strike. Dual engine failure. GPS jamming.
Delta 129er Heavy, contact Cleveland Center on 118.625.
118.625, Delta 129 Heavy. So looking around here too, so into the maintenance. So I believe this all changes over time as you fly. So like our APU operating hour is at 1 hour, start cycle 5, oil quality, hydraulics, our actual oil or wheels, batteries and how they're doing, maintenance options, right? Like there's a lot here to actually look at before you do fly the plane. Panel states, options. So the options also have a bunch of stuff in it that I tried to go through. So fuel jettison sounds interesting. I guess you can have like fuel jettison situations where you do need to jettison fuel. I have that turned off. I don't know if we'll ever need it, but it could be something cool to look at. Wing hooks, I actually don't know what those are either, so I'm gonna mess around with those, and you can see I have the long shark hooks on
arrival
right
that
now.
was assigned is for turboprops and propeller airplanes, and I am a jet.
So assuming, let's look at the landing performance system here. So assuming that we are going to get runway 22 right, so we won't have reverse thrust actually, sorry, compute. So we're still good to land because my reverse thrust is broken. So our winds into Kennedy right now are 200 for 10. Our temperature is 9 degrees. QNH of 2964. Enter. Barrow. So let's pull up the approach chart for runway 22 right. So our minimums today are going to be 263 in the radio.
3957 with you, flight level 250. Sky West
And there we go.
957 Cleveland Center, roger.
Our landing performance is set, or approach performance, sorry.
Center on 125.2.
So I actually don't know what the flap speeds. Oh, right here. So one is 255 knots, one plus F 220, 212, 195, 186. So it is kind of similar to the speeds for the A320. And guys, we are flying at the highest altitude that I have flown in the simulator now. This is the highest I have been in the simulator. This is sick. So this computer right here, I believe, is actually the EFB for this screen here, which I think is really, really cool that it's modeled in. The avionics bay in this plane looks really good too. Like I said, I'm only on 2020 right now. I will be switching to 2024 specifically for this plane in the near future. I just wanted to be able to get into it, get up in the air, and just try it out, fly it, and have fun with it. So that is what we're doing. So we have our top of descent coming up in just about 80 nautical miles. We are here at flight level 410. We are high up there. Holy. The nice thing with this plane too is it does have auto step climb. So while we're doing the long haul flights where I'm like not actively at my computer while the plane's flying.
Delta 129 Heavy, New York Center, contact Boston Center on 133.25.
Interesting. Boston Center, Delta 13325 for Delta 129 Heavy. I don't know why we're being sent to Boston Center. We should stay with New York Center, but alright. Boston Center, Delta 129 Heavy with you, flight level 410.
Delta 129 Heavy, Boston Center, cleared IGN 1. Arrival into Kennedy, whenever you'd like, descend and maintain flight level 250.
Cleared for the IGN arrival into Kennedy. When ready, descend and maintain flight level 250 for Delta 129 Heavy. And here we are, approaching the top of descent, about 5 nautical miles out. We're gonna pull the lever, Kronk, and start descending the plane into New York. This is gonna be sick. I'm so excited for this. Hopefully the landing's good. It might not be, I don't know. First landing in the A350-900. Obviously, we're still gonna try and hand fly it, like we do in the A320. Not gonna do an auto land.
The 129 Heavy, descend and maintain 7,000. Altimeter 29.59er.
Descend and maintain 7,000. Delta 129 Heavy. I guess turning our VORs on is a good idea.
Delta 129 Heavy, contact New York Center on 133.15.
133.15, Delta 129 Heavy, good day. New York Center, Delta 129 Heavy with you. Flight level 180, descending via the IGN-1 arrival.
Delta 129 Heavy, New York Center, good afternoon.
Back to what it should be, off of the standard pressure. Here in the States, so it should be a 2-9er.
Delta 129 Heavy, New York Center, contact New York approach on 125.7.
To approach 125.7 for Delta 129 Heavy, good day. New York approach, good day. Delta 129 Heavy with you. Flight level 13 for flight level 70. Descending via the IGN-1 arrival. I should have just said 7,000. God damn it. Hopefully it doesn't get confused by that.
To 129 Heavy, New York approach. Good afternoon, Kennedy, altimeter 29.59er. Expect the ILS runway 22 right approach into Kennedy.
Alrighty, and that's what we were expecting, right? Expecting the ILS runway 22 right approach into Kennedy for Delta 129. Passing through 10,000, plane slowing down to 250 knots. Go ahead and turn landing lights on, wing lights on. We'll turn the nose wheel lights on and the logo lights on. All of our lights are on. Wonderful. Seatbelts are on and good to go. Our no mobile lights should be coming on here once we've crossed through 10,000 because it's on auto. Everything in the top panel is set up. Let's go ahead and go to our, I guess, our nav aid. Actually, I don't know where we go to put in our ILS radios. That is something I should have looked for. Oh, LS. Oh yeah, it's right here. We're good. Okay, iJOG 109.5. Yep. Yeah, it's fine. That's an interesting alarm. Alright, so that is set up and good.
You're on the ground.
Delta 129
Cooperation.
Heavy, New York approach. Descend and maintain 4,000. Turn left heading 060 vectors for the ILS runway 22 right approach.
Descend and maintain 4,000. Turn left heading 060 vectors to the ILS runway 22 right approach for Delta 129 Heavy. Alrighty, we are now being vectored. She wants us to turn rather wide for. Holy. There's a light rain.
Heavy, contact Kennedy approach on 135.9er.
135.9er for Delta 129 Heavy. Good day. Approach, good day. Delta 129 Heavy with you. Currently 6,000 for 4,000 on a heading of 060.
Delta 129 Heavy, Kennedy approach. Good afternoon, Kennedy, altimeter 29.59er.
I've flown in a John F. Kennedy before. I've been to New York City, and I'm not gonna lie, John F. Kennedy might be like my least favorite airport that I've been to. It wasn't anything extravagant. Honestly, it stunk. There's a Dunkin' Donuts in there, I think, if I remember correctly, which I didn't go to. And it was, yeah, it wasn't a great airport. I'm not gonna I hate to talk bad about it because I loved New York City. New York City itself was amazing. I want to go back really, really bad. But the airport just wasn't it. So, like, what do they got us doing here? Are we gonna turn soon? Approach Delta 129 Heavy. When can we expect our next turn? I don't like how far out we're flying.
Delta 129 Heavy. Turn right heading 120 vectors for the ILS runway 22 right approach.
Turn right heading 120 vectors for the ILS Delta 129 Heavy. I don't know if they like forgot about me or what, but oh hey, there's a runway right there. Let's land there.
129 heavy, turn right heading 135.
Turn right heading 135, Delta 129 heavy. Although I'm not complaining about the little detour here.
Delta 129 heavy, proceed direct Corvette. Descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 22 right approach.
Direct. Okay. Proceed direct Corvette. Descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 22 right approach for Delta 129 heavy. Alright, so we're cleared for the approach. Let's go ahead and activate the approach phase. And let's go flaps 1. We're going to turn off the weather radar here just so I can see. Turn off our airports so I can also see a little bit better. And we're slowing off. The flaps are going out. The slats went out and now flaps are going out. Let's go ahead and arm the ground spoilers. We're going to go ahead and arm the auto brake. So the localizer sees us. We're not on it yet, but we are capturing it as we speak. Once we hit Corvette, it'll capture us. And that star here will go away. Oh, does it tell me when to do? Is that? Yo, wait a sec. And the glide slope sees us. Okay, good. I think that's when it's telling us when to do flaps 2, even. Which is dope.
Delta 129 heavy, contact Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Contact Tower 119.1, Delta 129 heavy. Tower, good day. Delta 129 heavy, established on a localizer for runway 22 right.
Delta 129 heavy, Kennedy Tower, negative, runway 22 right, winds 210 at 10, runway 22 right, cleared to land.
Okay, weird. Runway 22 right, clear to land, Delta 129 heavy. Foggy weather here today into Kennedy. I was hoping for clear skies. I always hope for clear skies, and as soon as I'm recording, I'm not going to get those clear skies, ever. So, I don't know. There it goes. Boom. And we'll go flaps 2. And gear down. Ooh.
1,500.
Ooh. That was clean. That's full.
Departure, American 2450. Good day.
American 2450, good day.
So, still no sight
Delta
on the
3897,
runway.
contact departure.
Put a departure so long, Delta 3897.
A nice headwind. I can see 22 left. That's left right there. And I'm starting to see 22 right. Isn't that it there? Am I not off? Am I not off to the right? Yeah, that's it. To me, it looks like we're off, but everything's saying we're on.
400.
Okay.
100 above 800. Minimum.
Continue.
$200.
I don't know how much I believe this approach path.
100.
Oh no, we are. Come right, come right, come right, come right.
50. 40. 30.
Flare.
20. Retard. 10.
Alrighty, well, we landed. All right. Turn. Yeah. Braking can come off. But here we are.
Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we come to a complete
Turn
stop.
right here at Kilo 3.
Now, a fun fact about New York City. Did you know
We'll
that
stop
it is
here
home to
for a
over 8
second. We'll go
million
parking
people
brake
and is known as
on.
the city that
So
never
we can bring the
sleeps?
flaps in. Landing lights can go off. Those can go to taxi. We can start the APU. 1, 2, 3.
Broken clouds at 6,500 feet.
APU started.
Thank you for flying with Delta Airlines today. On behalf of Captain Slushy G.
Ground, Delta 129 Heavy is off runway 22 right at Kilo 3, ready to taxi to the gate.
Delta 129 Heavy, Kennedy Ground, taxi to A21 via Kilo 3 Kilo, cross runway 31 left, then Alpha Golf, Alpha Alpha. Enjoy the scenic route.
The scenic route, okay, buddy. Taxi to Alpha 21 via Kilo 3 Kilo, cross runway 31 left, then Alpha Golf, Alpha Alpha for Delta 129 Heavy. I can't believe he told me to enjoy the scenic route. What gate am I going to? Alpha 21? But let's go ahead and get out of here. My fucking flight controls. So we're turning right on Kilo 3. We'll take Kilo to cross runway 31 left. Then Alpha Golf. Alpha Alpha. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John F. Kennedy Airport. The first flight, my first flight in the Airbus A350-900 is completed. I think that landing was honestly, to be completely honest, better than what I was expecting. I was honestly expecting that to go a lot worse than what it did. So I'll take it. We'll take a look at the landing rate here once we get to the gate and parked. Oh, there's 31. Okay. So we can actually switch this to plan and zoom. And zoom in a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so that's not going to show us much. Alrighty, so we're going to continue down here. I love as well how fast these engines respond. Because like the A320, like when you do your run up, it genuinely takes like a minute. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little, but you get what I mean. Like it takes a significant amount of time. There's gate 31 right in front of us, actually. So plop in here. Unfortunately, we won't have a marshaller because I wasn't able to choose the gate. So the marshaller is going to be at whatever gate GSX thinks I was going to. But pulling in here. A bit to go to the stop line. And we'll stop. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Alright. Parking brake is on. We'll turn the bleed on, turn the engines off. So not quite. Well, it would have reached if I would have parked properly. Oh well. Oh well. Let's go ahead and power the aircraft off here. So we'll go, those lights can go off, logo lights can go off, seatbelt signs can come off, no smoking, no mobile, emergency lights can come off. We will turn off the ADIRs. I kind of need the GPU before I can turn the APU off. Oh, GPU. There we go. GPU available. External, external. Wonderful. APU bleed can come off. APU can turn off now. Our landing rate today was actually 165. So I'll take it. That was better than what I was anticipating. Oh yeah, we can come into our surveillance page and we can stop squawking. Confirm. Thank you so much for joining me today on this flight, our very first one in the AnyBuilds Airbus A350-900. The next flight that you're going to see the A350 in is our first long-haul flight, which I'm going to be recording probably either tomorrow or the day after, so that should be coming out to you guys rather quickly. where we'll go more in depth into the aircraft systems, how to get it set up, how to get it into the air, things like that, and what to expect and what to look for. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you guys enjoyed our first flight, our first landing in the A350, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.